This video demonstrates how to make a request for petty cash using FMS Web. Select the Forms option from the menu and choose Petty Cash Request. Tab to the form description field and enter an appropriate description. Enter the sub-project. Enter the total amount requested. Select the date requested, for example, choose today's date. Enter the account or use the value icon to perform a search, for example, using petty cash as the search criteria. Select Search. Select the account. Select Add to add the petty cash expenditure. Select the date that the expenditure was incurred. Enter a description of the expenditure in the text field. Enter the amount of the expenditure and enter the sub-project. Users can choose to save the form as a draft and submit it at a later stage. Select Save as Draft, take a note of the petty cash request number. Close the petty cash request window. To view the draft form, select Forms Petty Cash Request. Enter the form ID if known and press Tab. If you don't know the petty cash request number, select the value lookup icon. Enter D for draft in the status column and choose Search. Select the request from the list. Select Add to add further expenditure lines, entering the details as appropriate. The amount column in the petty cash expenditure section will display the total amount. This should be the same as the amount requested in the petty cash request section. You can choose to print a copy of the form by selecting Print Preview. Right-click and choose Print. Select the appropriate printer and choose Print. Close the Print Preview window. Select Submit Form. A message will appear advising that the form has been created and sent for approval. Take a note of the petty cash request number and close the window. The task is then sent via workflow to finance staff for approval. Finance staff will log on to FMS Desktop. Select the list of tasks and double-click on a petty cash request. Navigate to the appropriate task and review the request details. If the request has been approved, select the Inform button. Scroll through the list and select the requester, choose the arrow icon. Enter a message advising that the funds will be available for collection from the banking team within 48 hours and select Send. When the Finance Department approves the petty cash request, a task is sent to the user. Select the task icon and choose the appropriate task. Observe the message. Select the Acknowledge button. Close the task window. If a petty cash request is not approved, a member of the banking team will get in touch with the requester to advise. There is no automated workflow for this part of the process. When you collect the petty cash from the banking team, you will also be given a copy of the request. All receipts should be attached to this request and retained within the department.